This episode of Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
I love Ben Riley. You know what that means?
That means Lilith is angry. Welcome. Well, what doesn't mean that? Anyway, welcome to Ultimate Spider Cast. I am Phil. That's your lone lover over there.
It's Lilith. I just want to watch everybody crumble to dust. That's all. Is that so much to ask for?
Okay. Anyway, welcome back to week 2 of our Vulture Month. So we'll be discussing numeral arrangements from Spider-Man 186, 187, and 188 for 1 April, May of 1992. From Spider-Man's 30th anniversary.
Oh, God. 1992?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
What?
So young back then.
Yeah.
March 1992. Settling scores.
Mm-hmm.
But did he really?
Well, like they're really going to kill off the Vulture. Come on.
He's like the cockroach of all Spider-Man villains. He's about as old as one, too.
Yeah.
I like this kind of opens up with like the Vulture tracking down Frankie Fillmore. It's like, yeah, you snitch. I'm going to just drop you to your death. Later.
Hey, hanging on a skyscraper. Yeah, it just basically opens up like the second page. It just drops the guy.
Yeah, so he's on a revenge mission, as he always is. Like, honestly, that's his shtick.
Mm-hmm. And then he kind of dive bombs Aunt May.
Yeah, I was just like, hold up.
But then he must have got scared off by the redhead.
Yeah. Mary Jane's like, you can share my umbrella. No worries. And then, of course, Spider-Man's searching for Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Because that happened. What issue was it? It was Spectacular Spider-Man 183, where he escaped. So, yeah. And then Harry's known since Amazing Spider-Man number 135. But, of course, it was buried because, amnesia and craziness is genetic.
That genetic defect of the Osborns. Amnesia.
Yeah, and then that memory resurfaced in what? Web of Spider-Man 67?
Yeah, and like Harry was basically trying to be a good Green Goblin. A good Green Goblin in the 90s. Who would have thought?
No such thing as a good goblin. Sorry.
Yeah, and the Child Within happened, and he kind of snapped, which we got to cover that one day. Child Within.
Oh, yes. I agree. We have a long list to get through first, but yes.
Yes. But
Put it at the bottom.
I will. Anyway, yeah, so a lot of 1992 was spent hunting down Harry Osborn.
Yeah. He's afraid for Mary Jane and Aunt May. And then it's like, we cut to, it's like, no, never mind all that. Meanwhile, at the Vulture's secret hideout.
Oh, yeah, at the old farm that we saw last episode.
Yes, I was just like, oh, continuity in a Spider-Man book. Who would have thought?
And he's threatening Best Man, who we...
Again!
Yeah. So, same place, same hostage, but this time he actually kills him.
But yeah, his ability to fly has given him terminal cancer, thus the need for all this revenge-filled shenanigans.
Who would have thought an electromagnetic power pack would give you cancer?
Strapped near your heart and your other major organs. It's almost like, using a cell phone on a daily basis.
Oh, come on. That power pack's a lot bigger than a cell phone.
I know.
This whole back.
Yeah, so it's like, yo, he snaps Gregory's neck, bro, and I'm just like, damn, son.
Yep.
He was pleading for his life, and he just Thanos snapped, like.
This ain't the 80s this time. This is the 90s.
Back with a vengeance. That's what they should have actually named this, but missed opportunities, and we're moving on. We cut back to Aunt May's place in Queens, and Mary Jane was like, they're getting groceries, and she's like, you can have them delivered. It's not like we don't live in New York where everything gets delivered, even in the 90s.
And May's just like, I have nothing else to do.
Yeah, she goes, no, she's like, they always manage to forget something or break the eggs. And I'm just like, old people got to be old people. It's cool.
And of course, Aunt May talked about them having grandkids, having kids.
But they already decided that they weren't having kids, which I'll mention in my notes towards the end. And then, of course, she's got her good old current boyfriend at the time, Willie Lumpkin. I hate this guy. Yeah, I hate Willie Lumpkin. Fight me.
Charlie Esser. We're going to have a Willie Lumpkin off between you and Charlie Esser.
I know. Useless Saka. You know who I like more. Fight me, nerd.
Who? What, Aunt May boyfriend's wife?
Yeah. The one she just lost. Hint.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, but like Aunt May is like being all coy. Nothing's going on. So that's the whole thing. I'm just like, okay. And then May's like, yo, MJ, don't put off having babies for too long. I was like, damn, you and Ben were too busy to have children. I mean, how is that possible?
You go out there and show my nephew a good time. Make some babies.
So creepy. This line of questioning is so creepy. I hate when people tell me crap like this. So I'm just like, moving on.
Oh, I mean, we were at our wedding reception. People are like, oh, we're gonna have kids. I'm like, oh,
tomorrow, surprise. That's what I would say if I ever got married and somebody asked me that. Yeah, it's gonna be tomorrow, surprise.
I don't know. Yeah, that kind of weirds me out when people are like, oh, when are you gonna have kids, or when are you gonna have more kids? It's like, one, are you gonna pay for them, and two, it's so many factors. It's like, what if somebody can't have kids? It's just weird.
Yeah. Humans' obsession with procreating. I don't dig it. But anyway, keep your crotch goblins to your damn self. No offense to those of you with crotch goblins. Anyway, the vulture has returned to New York and he's perched on a building and he's thinking about like how he's, gonna die. And, it's New York City. Everybody's indifferent to everything. And he's like, I don't want to die.
But then he sees Spider-Man. He's like, hey. And then, of course, Pete sees something green flying at him. He's like, oh, wait, Harry? Because they can't be anyone else because New York isn't the super villain capital of the world.
Yeah, he really should go back out west. just for a little fresh air, but yeah.
And some aero acrobatics, off some flagpoles and get some midair fight scenes.
Yeah, those are always nice.
He almost throws Spider-Man to his death.
Almost be the operative word.
The vulture turns British. He's like, to your bloody death.
Oh, and Vulture's new plan. Oh, God. He's like, I'm just going to eliminate all his other targets so he can enjoy torturing Spider-Man and kill him slowly. And I'm just like, this is never going to work, obviously.
Makes you thinking, Spider-Man can wait. The old woman can't.
Yeah, she might die of natural causes.
True.
Or cancer.
But yeah.
Spoilers.
Pete made it to Aunt May's house, so then after I visit, him and Mary Jane leave.
Yeah. And then he's in her bedroom by the window, and I'm like, oh, Sookie now.
I don't know, that's kind of creepy though.
Aunt May's kind of creepy. Yeah, just saying.
But I just mean a guy perched at the window. Old lady.
No, that's some Bomb Chicka Wah Wah music. I'm sorry, it's Aunt May. Y'all don't know all the Aunt May secrets.
Oh, that's
secretly true. She's Mephisto on the weekends.
You could have taken out Vulture because any guy who gets close to her gets.
Exactly, she's a Black Widow.
Because, like you were saying, your favorite boyfriend of hers, Nathan, killed by the Vulture.
You know what? I think she's sucking out life essences, and that's how come she stayed around so long in the story. I'm just saying, it's got to be a reason.
Crazy.
As you do, although this isn't Wade's World, so I apologize. But yeah, I was just like, okay, I like that. I like that end credit scene.
Oh, good Lord.
I mean, basically, that's what it was. It's like, oh, you gonna get 187.
I know, when it opens up with like the Vulture just telling Aunt May he's dying, and
I know you're like, oh, bait and switch, bait and switch. But the next issue, 187, is called Desperate Measures.
yep.
So
you know what? We didn't mention this is written by J.M. DeMatteis or DeMathis, whatever.
yeah, with art by Sal Buscema.
Yes.
Who I love. I do.
Great Sal art in this, yeah.
Oh, I love the Soho apartment. I do. And they're going over the bills. And I'm just like, this is so cute.
But no, you're skipping over.
I know.
Aunt May yelling at the Vulture, just like,
get out of my house and don't darken my doors again. I'm just like, whoa, that's some old school sass right there.
Well, no, she's like, you killed Nathan, and he's like, yes, and I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It happened in that Return of the Sinister Six.
Yeah, I know.
And then he's talking about how him and Nathan first met at the hospital. Although I thought it was a retirement home, but anyway.
Same difference.
Yeah, I know.
At least here in Florida, basically.
They said it was an accident. He didn't even know it was Nathan.
He wants to ask for forgiveness, and I'm just like, ugh. She slaps him across the face, too, and I'm just like, get that old-timey sass? What?
We just grabbed someone out of the crowd, and it just happened to be Nathan, because he's like, I didn't even know it was him until I saw it on the news. Thinking, what, you left your spectacles at home?
Yeah, that whole part, I was just like, oh, that wasn't nearly as dramatic as I thought it was going to be.
I think someone just forgot that they knew each other.
Yeah, I think so. As you do. You can't keep with every little beat and detail. How long did Vulture go without a damn origin?
Well, until Amazing Spider-Man 240.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
I was thinking the other day, he showed up in Amazing Spider-Man 2. He didn't get an origin until 240.
there were other things to do, like, give Harry amnesia for the umpteenth time.
Killing blondes.
Yeah, basically. So anyway, back to the Soho apartment and the bill paying. My favorite part of the issue. I love their domesticity like so much. I do. I miss this so much. Like just the simple, quiet times of being a couple.
Exactly. Bring this back, people.
But yeah, that's Pete is just always worrying about something instead of Mary Jane, which gets a little old. The phone rings and it's Aunt May, and she's like, yo, the Vulture came over. Don't worry, I got it handled. I slapped him and sent him on his merry little way.
He's a creeper.
And then he's like super furious. And I'm just like, oh, emotional dumb Pete. Hello, we haven't seen you in 3 issues.
Yeah, breaks the phone. And I'm like, why is he digging through the dirty laundry on the floor for his costume? Didn't they just get home? Shouldn't he's always wearing that suit under his clothes. Shouldn't that be right?
He has more than one plot twist. I would hope.
Well, if it's an emergency, wouldn't he just grab the dirty one and take,
Like I said, dumb, emotional Pete rears his ugly head again.
Well, he's worried too because he's like, "Oh, why would the Vulture come visiting at May?" Because he's thinking, "Oh no, did Harry sell my identity to the highest bidder or something?"
Yeah, which is a valid concern at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But then we see Vulture pay a visit to J. Jonah Jameson. Yeah. Daily Bugle alert! Take a drink.
I love Jonah though.
He blows cigar smoke in homeboy's face like, what?
Tells him drop dead.
I'm just like, this is why we love J. Jonah Jameson. He's a boss. Yeah. He ain't afraid of nothing.
Well, until he says drop dead, and then the Vulture holds him out the window and says, drop dead? Why don't you go first?
Yeah, but we knew he wasn't gonna do that. I mean, now if somebody actually wanted to kill J. Jonah Jameson because we don't have the Daily Bugle, I think they would go for it.
I don't know. They're kind of, I don't know if they're painting him as a father figure, but he knows Pete's identity now.
I know. It'll be retconned in like 8 issues. Don't worry about it.
You can't kill him. He's the new Howard Stern. Come on.
Exactly why he has to go.
Oh, how dare you?
Howard Stern is overstayed his welcome. Moving along. We remind me. We should debate that on Capes and Lunatics one of these days.
I told you.
The
Hey,
era of the shock jock is gone.
hey, we could do a whole special. Read his new book. We can discuss that. We can discuss the era of the shock jock.
Yeah. Put that on the list and bring it up with the professor.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. But like basically Vulture shows up because he's like, I want to kill Spider-Man. So
The newspaper.
yeah. But he just tosses Jameson at the security guards and he's like, this isn't an idle threat. I'm just like, okay.
Did Jonas skimp on the security? Because remember when that new Bugle building went back up? He had like Silver Sables people guarding the building. Now it just looks like 2 rent-a-cops.
Hey man, the print was dying even in the 90s. Okay. You gotta cut your corners where you can.
Oh yeah, Jameson's cheap.
Yeah, he is. He probably even smokes cheap cigars. That cigar smoke probably smelled like burnt tires.
And yeah, then Pete gets the Aunt May's
Forest Hills. And he's like, I gotta do my Peter Parker act.
Luckily she's in shock because otherwise she'd probably be like, how'd you get here so quick? Because he swung
taxis, man. They're great, ain't they?
And that's when Aunt May's telling him, the Vulture came to say he was sorry for killing Nathan, and Peter's like, oh, that's what it was?
He hugs her and he's just like, oh, thank God.
I know Aunt May's like, what else would it be? Nothing.
Oh, but of course, we get a little Spidey sense going off.
Oh yeah, because Pete stays down on the couch when Aunt May goes to bed.
But
comes back.
Peter's got a gun.
The Vulture brings the gun.
Yeah, from behind, and then yeah.
Because Vulture wanted to see if anyone had showed up, which they did. He's
like, I mean no harm. But it's like, you got a gun, son. You don't bring a gun unless you have intention of using it. That's how people die.
I know. It's like, wait. I didn't mean to kill Nathan, but hey, I might accidentally kill Aunt May too. But then the Vulture just throws the gun down. He's like, "Oh, you're nobody. You're no Spider-Man. It's just you."
And then Peter just like snaps and he just like hits the Vulture and goes tumbling down the stairs. And I'm like, did Peter just kill this old man?
Yeah, basically.
Plot twist: Peter on trial for the killing of the Vulture.
I think if the Vulture didn't have that power pack boost in his strength, he probably would have.
I know. I'm just like, holy crap, dude. Dude's like ancient. He's 1,000,000 years old.
He basically gave him one of those classic Sal Buscema right crosses, man.
Yes.
But yeah, man. He decks him. Vulture comes flying out of Aunt May's room down the steps.
Yeah.
I mean, you should have seen it coming with that bullseye carpet at the bottom of the steps.
Yeah, so true.
And Aunt May's like, how? He's like, oh, the Vulture wasn't expecting it.
But this is dumb. Peter gets taken hostage so that Aunt May has to forgive the Vulture, and it's just like,
well, yeah, now all of a sudden Peter's worried about his identity. Yeah, because the Vulture grabs him and takes off. Because Aunt May's got the gun.
Aunt May's got a gun.
You know how many guys I have on my body count, Vulture? One more ain't gonna.
Exactly.
Then the cops show up. I guess someone must have called the cops.
Yeah. And so,
yeah, Mary Jane shows up.
Blah.
So Vulture takes Pete back to the farm.
Yeah.
And Peter's feeling bad for the Vulture until he sees the body, Bestman's body.
Yeah, it's like all sympathy out the window.
Like, no, you murderer. So then Pete like pretends to like fall out the window. The silo. And the Vulture's like, no, I didn't mean to kill someone else. May Parker left.
Yeah.
Of course, Spider-Man shows up. Says, you didn't kill nobody. I caught Parker. I caught that handsome man you threw out the window.
Basically.
That cliffhanger, those two about to fight. And then a spectacular Spider-Man 188. Conclusion.
Yeah. This was Final Judgment is not so final.
Well, you knew they weren't gonna kill him.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, they're battling
in the silo, and then they crash out and they're fighting in the sky. And you see Aunt May and Mary Jane talking to the cops. Aunt May yelling at the cops, "You find my nephew!" But then as the cops leave, who's that checking out Aunt May's house?
Dun dun dun.
Joker.
Yeah.
No, it's Harry.
What?
It's Harry.
Oh yeah. Look at that smile. Yeah, you're right. Joker smile.
The Joker hat smile and his red hat.
Still a better plot twist than Twilight. Sorry. Still processing Bat. Sorry.
Yeah, I saw an article today. The headline was like, "Oh, I guess fanboys still weren't over Twilight." Duh.
Yeah. It's gonna take a minute till we actually see like some frames of Bat. I don't know, man.
I know.
Anyway, I love when they rip open the front of that costume and he jacks up the power output. And I'm just like, what?
Oh yeah, he's like, if I'm dead anyway, might as well push it as far as we go.
Go big or go home.
So,
although where he's going, that light at the end of the tunnel is definitely hellfire.
well, that's what it looks like. He's almost on fire.
Yeah. The flames do begin to engulf him and he starts panicking. And then it's just like, okay, everybody's getting naked. What kind of party are we having?
Well, the costume, the power pack catches on fire, so Spider-Man rips it off him. And
yeah, the harness and everything, his burning wings. I'm like, not the wings. That's the coolest part.
So he basically just grabs the vulture, makes a web parachute,
bounces off the web cushion, and they land in a stream. And I'm like, what kind of Laurel and Hardy mess is this?
Luckily, there was a stream there because the vulture was on fire.
Oh, well, they're out there in nature in upstate New York, so it's plenty of that.
I just love the vulture's like, why did you let me die? And Spider-Man's like, no, you're not getting off that easy.
Grabs him by the scruff of his shirt. I'm just like, what?
You gotta apologize.
Yeah, it was a pitiful apology too.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry I broke into your house.
Bro, she scolds him like no other. And I'm just like, yes, get that old lady sass. Get it. Get his life together, sister. Do it.
Well, yeah, because she's like, I hope your death is long and full of suffering.
Oh, it will be.
And the cops take him away. I love they put him in like the, those big metal manacles. It's like, what about the power pack? Isn't his strength gone?
Just to be safe. See, this is cops being smart, just in case.
True. Yeah, I think that's standard procedure. Yeah. Anyway,
for supervillains, yes.
If you've ever had superpowers, yeah, put it.
I love how Mary Jane asks Spider-Man if her husband's okay.
Yeah.
I was just like, shut up, Mary Jane.
Oh no, that guy's feisty and handsome as all heck. Yeah, he'll be good. I love Aunt May finally thanks Spider-Man. It's not like, oh, he's creepy.
Kisses him on the cheek. I was just like, oh. I think this is one of my favorite Aunt May moments, actually. It's like in my top 10.
Yeah, and then Spider-Man swings away, and then, of course, oh, hey, Peter snuck in the back door.
Idiot.
There's too many people out there. I didn't want to,
Oh, but really, Aunt May pays a visit to Adrian Toomes at the jail?
Yeah, well, what's her saying? She's like, I shouldn't have said what I said,
No, she was within every right. That's like I said, that was one of my top 10 Aunt May moments. So it's just like, don't take it back, sister.
Well, I mean, not in so many words, but she's basically just like, I don't want to hold on to all that anger, and
yeah,
only God can forgive you.
Oh, but of course, at the end of this, she gets approached by Harry Osborn.
Oh yeah, with a present.
He's like, be gentle with the package. It's like, what?
Drop.
I hate you so much. But yo, sitting in a giant vat of chemicals, really?
Oh yeah,
they're really trying it.
What, want to see some Osborn junk?
I'm just saying, it's like, okay, he's in a vat of chemicals and he's about to go crazy, and he just had the big Joker smile, and he's got that crazy hair. Come on,
He's
stop.
He's mixing up a big old vat of dad's insanity. Come on.
Plot twist. It was in you all along, son. You really didn't need this goblin formula.
Yeah, but it gives you extra lunatic strength.
True.
I just love like when he's talking to Aunt May and she's walking away thinking, "Oh, I always liked Harry the best out of all of Peter's friends."
Yeah.
He's not like that lame brain Flash Thompson. I like Harry.
Well, you know, you can kind of see it from that perspective.
He's so
But honestly, did you know that hideout actually has been in since Amazing Spider-Man 2?
What?
The hideout was been there since Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, yeah. Because I think there is like a panel or two where they show the Vulture leaving that silo.
Yeah. So that is excellent continuity, especially for a spider book.
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember. I think they might have said in that last arc we did last episode where it's like, I think the Vulture even said it's one of his old hideouts that the police never found or something.
Yeah.
So that they used that for the longest time.
Yeah. I think that we could have. This arc gets like a B- for me because I really think we could have done without the Green Goblin thing. It's like I hate when they like. That's the problem with the movies too. They tend to use too many villains, and it's the same villains over and over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, it was the big one.
I know that was like a big plot thread. I get it
because that was like kind of bridging from Child Within to like next issue was 189 with the the hologram cover thing, and
yeah,
that's when Harry finally resurfaced and started.
But it's like you can do one or the other, not both. Then we should have focused on finding Harry in the whole package situation. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like the Vulture does get shortchanged sometimes. A lot of villains get shortchanged with the interweaving story arcs. It's just like, can you just let a story arc finish? That's a Spider-Man book problem, just in general, though.
I think it was just the suspense too. It was just like, oh, what's Harry up to? It's like, did he? Oh, maybe he did. On some level, send the Vulture or put the idea in his head.
Yeah. So yeah, what would you give it?
I'll probably give it a straight B.
Okay, that's fair enough. I'm actually excited to review Spider-Man: Homecoming. Actually,
are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch it later today. Actually, and take some good notes.
Nice
for our review.
But
it doesn't deserve one of my cynical, long, drawn out live commentaries. It doesn't. It's a decent movie. Only bad movies get live commentary.
Oh, so we're just doing a review?
Yeah.
Okay. But before we get there, next issue, we're going to do Life Theft.
No, actually, that's a fun story.
Yeah. Get all the answers about Peter Parker's supposed parents.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, finally, we can wrap that whole thing up.
Yeah. Oh, before we go, do you want to talk?
Oh, yeah. Miles Morales, number 9. 6. Sorry.
Yeah, not 9, 6.
6. Okay. I absolutely love Saladin Ahmed's take on Miles Morales. I love, believe it or not, I know it's hard to believe, I love Bendis' take on Miles too, but they've aged him up and it feels so grounded and so believable with all the relationships that he has and stuff.
Yes.
And then also, I love that Starling is a hero from Detroit. Like, that's just so cool.
Mm-hmm. And I wanted to call this out, especially on one of these episodes, because who is she a granddaughter of? Well,
I have no idea. She has wings and a bird theme. Who could she be? Who could she be related to?
At least it wasn't the costume not green.
Yeah, I really like the costume actually. But yeah, she's like the Vulture's granddaughter, so it makes sense. That's why we're talking about it.
Which brings up the big question: who slept with Adrian Toomes?
I mean, back in the day, we've only known him when he was old, but I'm sure back in the day, like all supervillains, he was probably handsome enough to get it. So,
to say no, maybe he was just rich from all that money he was making, all those events,
Oh, true.
Well, but
I'm sure we might find out eventually.
Between the inventions and all the money he stole.
True. I kind of was a little taken aback at how violent Starling was, though.
Yeah.
That kind of like threw me for a loop. But it's kind of like, oh, he's gonna mentor someone and kind of mellow them out. That's a big step for Miles, because he's just starting and he's still got issues that he needs to work through as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So it is very Arrow season 1, Oliver and Helena Bertinelli to me.
Yeah, I mean,
but at high school level.
I mean, besides being the Vulture's granddaughter, we really don't know that much about her. You know,
Not yet.
she could
Definitely.
have issues. You know, besides the fact that her grandfather.
I was worried about the book seems to have a guest star of the week. For whatever, take that how you want. But with this particular one, I kind of like it, and I hope she sticks around for a little bit.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I hope they do partner up like you were saying.
Yeah, that would be cool for me. Like, I think he really does need to see the other side of the coin, as it were, to kind of be a mentor and get that under his belt.
Yeah,
because he's been mentored a little bit. So
I would like to see him with a regular partner, and you don't need to bring Peter Parker in every issue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm still holding out. Y'all know for who. I won't mention. But yeah, eventually that's gonna happen, I think. So, because that's who he's meant to be with. Fight me.
Spider-Gwen.
Yes. But yeah, I don't think a single one of these issues has disappointed me yet. So that's really impressive in this new post MCU movie Marvel world.
And that's high praise considering you said you weren't feeling the Tombstone.
Oh yeah, Tombstone just why? But it could have been worse. It could have been the Shocker. So
yeah,
small miracles.
They wanted a crime boss. I think they wanted someone with street level, but
yeah. Like I said, I like that this series feels grounded and believable, and the way that they're writing these teenagers, it's very much like, oh, these people definitely have kids. It's not like you watch some things about high schoolers on TV, like say 90210 or I don't know, One Tree Hill. And you're like, oh no, high school kids do not act like this.
But again, it's you have the dating drama with Miles Morales. It's like you have your single Spider-Man. Bring back Peter Parker's marriage.
I honestly really do think that they're working on that.
Yeah, I mean, well, him and
they saw that it could work, that it worked with Superman until Bendis showed up. The fans were really receptive to it when Convergence came about, and that's why we got it in the main continuity. So it can work.
And I don't mean to make it sound oversimplified, but it's again, you can have your married Spider-Man, you can have your single Spider-Man, you have your girl Spider-Man,
Yeah, if you're a Spider-Verse fan, you literally can have your cake and eat it all too.
Especially if you're gonna have 50 versions of the same character, give them all something different.
Definitely. I think it just takes time to realize what the people are responding well to and what they're not is the thing. Because 9 times out of 10, usually we get one issue and they've already worked on 2 to 3, maybe even 4 to 6, just depending on how organized that person is and what their contract is. So they have that overarching story that they want to tell, and then maybe you get a negative response. You kind of have to retool. So I'm going to give it some time.
Okay.
But yeah, this book, you need to be picking it up every time that it comes out. It's so good to me.
Oh yeah, all the Spider books are pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good right now. It's a good time to be a Spider-Man fan.
I mean, the Mouse.
I need a T-shirt that says that basically, because I think I say that all the time.
What?
It's a good time to be a Spider-Man fan.
There you go.
It is.
Nice T-shirt with Peter, Miles, and Gwen on it. Says it's a good time to be a Spider-Man fan.
Yeah, Spider-Fan fan. There we go. You know me. I always have to do my little give me a nickel.
Oh, that might be a good social media post. It's like, who's the better family, Batman family or Spider-Man family?
I mean, don't forget Miguel, or people will get mad. I'm just gonna throw that out there. If you do the post, make sure you find one with Miguel in it.
Oh, yeah, 29. Yeah.
Gotta dig deep. Anyway, I think it's about time to wrap it up.
All right. So yeah, everyone, join us next time. Like we said, we're gonna be doing Amazing Spider. Remember, this was Spectacular Spider-Man 186 through 188. Next time we're doing Amazing Spider-Man 386 through 388. So
don't get confused. Do the correct homework.
Well, I'll help you remember the issue numbers, but remember the foil cover. It was the 90s, people.
Yeah, it was the 90s. That's everybody's excuse.
So yeah, so check out the 3-part Life Theft. And then, like Lilith said, the episode after that, we're going to do our review of Spider-Man Homecoming.
Send us your thoughts or else.
Exactly.
I'll send you a package that you have to be gentle with.
I'm going to be so busy cutting drops out of this.
Keep you off the streets. It's what I do.
But anyway, and then after, so that'll close out this month of June. And then it comes in July, right?
Dun, 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 dun.
Go month. And you'll be getting your movie review early.
The first week, right?
Well, I don't know, because the movie comes out the end of the first week, so maybe second
Okay.
June the review will hit. Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
That works because first week it'll be the weekend of the first week, so then it'll drop. I mean, the show's always on Tuesday, so Tuesday of the next week.
That'll give everybody enough time for spoilers and stuff. So yeah, that'd be nice.
We're gonna have to get our friends together to record that too.
Yes.
All right. So send your thoughts on all of that. Or anything Spider-Man related, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, Ultimate Spidercast, @ULT Spidercast, and @CL Sidekicks on Twitter. Follow CL Sidekicks on Instagram. The voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And check out Work in Progress, capesandlunatics.org. And Lilith.
If you nerds want to fight me about anything that I've said here on the podcast, you can @ me at Lilith Hellfire on Twitter, and you can find me on Instagram at Lilith Hellfire 86 because 69 was taken.
I just love the little. Let me tell these nerd boys something.
Ooh.
Poor Maz. Where's his nickel?
I sat in the room with him. He loves that stuff. He loves it.
I know. I saw it. It was so cute.
All right. So thank you, everyone. Again, join us next time for more poultry goodness.
Did you say poultry?
What happens when a super villain makeover?
We almost had fried chicken. Fried vulture, whatever.
Join us next time for Pit My Super Villain. We're going back.